All right, let's move on to another main event that got announced, Mason. June 19th. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the one I just talked about. June 26th.
Yes, June 26th.
CIRYL GANE versus Alexander Volkov. CIRYL GANE's got the fight. We were going to talk about how we talked, what was it, last week, about how he might fight Derek Lewis for a number one contender. Yep. Isn't happening. We'll get into Derek Lewis a little bit later. But CIRYL GANE versus Alexander Volkov, possible, I don't want to say number one contender, but possible next title shot with the winner. I mean,
it has to.
I would say you probably have to, because Francis is going to be one of these guys to fight 4 or 5 times a year, especially if he puts on early finishes.
And again, I'm not trying to jump ahead, but the UFC seems to be moving on from John Jones. They're not going to sit around and let this guy jerk around this heavyweight division. Either you want the fucking fight or you don't. But we're not going to pay you $50 billion to fight Ngannou. I understand John wants paid more. I think he deserves more money. But again, don't be hitting out of the ballpark and expecting these guys to pay you 5 times what you normally make already. So again, they are setting up this heavyweight division. They're not fucking around here. Derek Lewis is going to fight Francis Ngannou, not in that initial slot that they wanted of June 12th, but I think we'll probably get that in July, maybe in August. And then boom, you have CIRYL GANE versus Alexander Volkov for the number one contender spot. I think they're setting up this heavyweight division perfectly with or without John Jones.
Yes.
And that's the way you got to do business.
Absolutely.
Because you may never get that fight, man.
The man is just fucking G.
When it's,
he is.
It's literally chess pieces,
smart.
bro. He knows how to move. He knows how to navigate this board. He's been doing it a long time. And again, it kind of puts the pressure back on John. It's like, John, look, we'll give you 12. We'll give you 15, but we're not going to give you 50 million. We're just not going to do it.
I think that's what he was asking for. He wanted 15, and then they counter-offered with 8. Because I remember Derek Lewis posted on Twitter, he's like, I'll fight him for 8 million.
Yeah.
Shit. I fucking love that guy, dude.
Look,
I love him.
If John is asking for 15 and they're countering with 8, let's do a compromise, give him $10 million and give him an extra bump in the pay-per-view percentage points, or in the pay-per-view points rather. And let's just call it a day. Let's get the fight done if we're going to get it done. But again, dude, Francis Ngannou, he's had to wait a long time to get this rematch with Stipe. He wants to be active. He's been very vocal about that. So either we get this fight or we don't. But we're moving on. Yeah. Francis Ngannou will fight by the end of this summer. And it'll be Derek Lewis. So, I mean, I'm excited for this heavyweight division. Either way it shakes out, with or without John. I mean, obviously, preferably John Jones. Let me not get it twisted there. I love watching John Jones fight. He is one of the greatest to ever do it, period, end of discussion. If not the GOAT, it's open to discussion. But again, if he's not there, then let's just get this bad boy rolling. Because Ngannou's got to defend, and he will defend. So.
Yep. Absolutely. Let's get back to CIRYL GANE and Alexander Volkov.
Yes.
Was this the matchup to make? I think it was maybe the only one. I mean, you got to take Derek Lewis out of the equation.
Yep.
It's the only matchup to make, dude. It really is. So,
well, you got 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And Curtis Blades,
just like put him to the side right now, because the way the Derek Lewis knockout went, like, he's going to take about 6 months off, and he's going to, like, dude, let's be real. He's going to have to go on a 4 or 5 fight win streak before we even talk about him sniffing a title shot.
Yeah, dude.
He's already lost twice to
Francis Ngannou. He's been knocked out by Ngannou twice. I mean, Ngannou's probably going to hold this belt a while unless we see an upset by Lewis, or if the winner of Gane versus Volkov, upsets Ngannou. But I mean, Ngannou could be holding this belt a very long time, which means only bad things for Curtis Blades, because they are not going to give him that rematch anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I feel bad for the guy. So, winner of Volkov Gane, getting a title shot? Yeah, probably.
Yep.
If I had to put a gun to my head, who am I taking in that fight? Dude, CIRYL Gane's looking good.
He is, man.
He is looking good. This is going to be a technical striking matchup. I'm actually
be.
very excited for this main event.
I don't know who I'm picking yet. It's too soon to call this one for me. But, dude, I love the matchup because Volkov has looked awesome as of late. His striking is so crisp, clean. His kicks, his head kicks, I'm like, Jesus, fuck.
Probably the most technical matchup you could make, really.
In the heavyweights,
I can't think of 2 more technical strikers. Like, CIRYL Gane has looked fantastic, like the most technical guy in the entire division. And you could say the exact same thing for Volkov. I mean, they're just both fantastic and super kick-oriented. So, yeah, I'm very excited for this matchup.
Love it.